I would like to introduce our house rules in online meeting. First, be present, be on time, arrive early, and stay until the end because your presence matters. Rename yourself. Protectors is role dash name. Toastmaster is TM dash name dash club. Guesses is G dash name. Support the meeting by mute your microphone, turn on your camera, and share supportive messages in the chat. Keep it safe and kind. Avoid topics like politics, religions, or anything not aligned with Toastmasters international guidelines. Last but not least, the most important, have fun. We learn the best when we are enjoying ourselves. So smile, connect, and speak from the heart. Next, please. And I would like to introduce our SAA team of today in online meeting. Zoom Master, Toastmaster Maulana Malik Mukorobun, and welcoming Ambassador Florina Andre. Next, please. And I would like to give the control to our Madam President, Toastmaster Riona.
All right, thank you, Toastmaster Sultan or SAA. And now, before we started, I would like to give a little bit of information about SCBD Toastmasters Club. We are supportive, connected, brave, and developing together since 2005. We are part of Toastmasters International. It is a non-profit organization since 1924 that is focusing on public speaking and leadership skills, with 270,000 more members, around 14,000 clubs in 150 countries. And in SCBD Toastmasters Club and all other club Toastmasters Club, we have club values and also club mission. Can I have Toastmaster Hanif to read our club mission, club values and mission?
Okay, for the values, first, integrity, second, respect, third, service, and fourth, excellence. For the mission, we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hanif, for reciting our club values and mission. So, if you join Toastmasters, there will be 6 educational paths that you can choose, from dynamic leadership, engaging humor, motivational strategies, persuasive influence, presentation mastery, until visionary communication. In those pathways, you will have unique projects to practice public speaking and leadership skills. For instance, there will be managing difficult audience, making podcasts, active listening, and also high performance leadership. Being a Toastmaster is also your chance to speak with confidence, build meaningful connection, grow as a brave leader, and be a mentor and inspire others. Also, I would like to welcome our supporting neighbors visiting Toastmasters. Toastmaster Debby Lastriani, our Area J4 Director from Maranatha Toastmaster Club. Toastmaster Sotheareak Hang, Area C4 Director, District 97 from Siem Area Toastmasters Club. Toastmaster Rizky Rido, VPE of VP of Jakarta Toastmasters Club, who is covering for Toastmaster Agra, VP club treasurer of Maranatha. We haven't removed it. And for Toastmaster Brilliant, Maulana Hussain, past VP of Jakarta Toastmasters Club as well. Okay, so we meet every Friday. First and last week, we will conduct hybrid meeting at Ministry of Education Library. And every other week, we're conducting our meeting online just like today. So what are we waiting for? With the power vested in me, I would like to officially open this meeting by saying, Happy morning.
Happy morning.
Happy
Happy
morning.
morning.
Happy morning.
Okay, now, without further ado, I would like to hand the control to our Toastmasters of the meeting for today, Toastmaster Ellen Maranatha. Toastmaster Ellen Maranatha, the screen is yours.
Thank you very much, Madam President. Happy morning, everyone. It's an honor for me to be the Toastmaster of tonight's meeting. My name is Ellen, and I would like to share my screen first so we all know about the agenda that we are going to experience tonight. Okay. Is it visible?
Yes.
it is.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Okay. So, sorry if there's a black box. Okay. So, tonight's agenda is we will have a prepared speech from our members. The first one is Toastmaster Sonny, and then the second one is Toastmaster Garda. And after that, we will have a table topic speech. For table topic session, guests are welcome to participate. So please stay and enjoy the session because you can have a slot to speak on table topic session. And then the last, we will have a speech evaluation. This is the heart of every Toastmasters meeting. The evaluation, that the point when we can reflect and make ourselves better every moment to meeting. And tonight's agenda, we also have the theme. The theme of tonight's meeting is Dear Journal. Journal is a quiet space where we can be our truly self, where we can put our thinking, our emotion, personal as what we think and what we feel. So let's treat this meeting as our journal page. We will have a word of the day, transcribe. There will be more explanation by the grammarian. And as we are going to treat this event like a journal, so I encourage all of you to participate to do a simple journaling. I make the title is make a mood board. It's very simple. So please use your blank letter, blank paper, and you can put just like we can see on the screen. Please put in the row and also in the column. Start from the beginning of the meeting, prepare speech session, table topic session, evaluation session, and end of the meeting. What I want all of you to do during the meeting is to jot down the feeling you feel throughout the meeting. So for example, as the reference, it's very simple, only 3 scales. The first scale is not yet ready. So if you think your confidence to speak is not yet ready at the beginning of the meeting, then you can jot down and you can put that symbol, for example, cross symbol or emoji or anything that you would like to put to represent that scale. If you think that you are building up or you are almost there, ready to speak, but still not sure, then you can put another emoji to represent your feeling. And if you already ready to speak and has courage to speak, then you can put emoji, for example, like V icon or confidence emoji or else. Hopefully it's clear enough, and just have fun. Please put your journal as your style. Later on, at the end of the session, I would like to have one volunteer or two volunteers to share their mood throughout the meeting. And please also put a sentence, only one sentence, to reflect how you feel along the journey in this meeting. Okay, and we have question of the day to begin the meeting. It is, how's your day? I would like to ask one member here. Please share about your day. And here I see the bell counter, Toastmaster Hanif. Would you mind to open your microphone and share to us, how's your day?
How was your day? My day was filled with unproductive activities since today it's my day off from my university. So it's filled with unproductive activities. But I considered there are three activities that I thought it were productive. First, when I helped my mother prepare breakfast, and the second, I read some magazine through online. And the last activities that I really sure it's productive is attending Toastmasters meeting.
Ah.
That's my-
Thank you for sharing, Toastmaster Hanif.
Yeah.
Even though you mentioned that it's not a productive day, yet you just did something prestigious, like helping your moms, and then like tonight, yeah, we are joining Toastmasters meeting together. Okay, so to begin with the meeting, I will not be alone. There will be a super team who will help me to run this meeting. And I would like to hand it over to General Evaluator, Toastmaster Winda. Please explain your role and your team.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the meeting. Happy morning,
Happy morning.
Morning.
my fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Winda, and I will be the general evaluator for tonight's meeting. But before that, I want to answer the questions of the day. How was your day? Well, actually, it was a very hectic day because it begins with I have my students to take the exam, and then after that, move on to the next activity, have a meeting with the parents, and then after that, but thank God it's Friday. So every Friday, I always say, thank God it's Friday because I can attend this meeting. This is, what do you say? This is the most anticipated meeting, I think, for every Friday. So that's my answer for the questions, how was your day? And then as a general evaluator for tonight's meeting, I will evaluate everything that takes place throughout the meeting. But I also have my teams that will support me, consists of timer and also Ah-WoD counter, Grammarian, and Ballot counter. But I don't want to explain all of the roles. I want to have my team to explain it. So for the timer, we have Toastmaster Fath as our timer. Toastmaster Fath, please explain your role. The screen is yours.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Winda, as the general evaluator of the evening. So, happy morning, everyone. So, for the question of the day, how was my day? I would say today was a healthy day for me because I did exercise twice today. From my morning exercise and I just finished playing tennis with my friends. So today is super healthy, super efficient. So now I'm going to explain my role. So tonight, I will serve as your timer, and as a timer, I will warn the speaker, table topic speaker, and prepared speech speaker, and also evaluator for their time. And I will also give the report by the end of each session. So for the prepared speech session, I will turn my background green within the 5 minutes. And when it has reached 6 minutes, I will turn my background yellow. And when it hits 7 minutes, I will turn my background red. Now for the table topic speaker, I will turn my background by the first minute and yellow by 1 minute 30 seconds and red when it already hits 2 minutes. And for the evaluator, I will turn my background green when it's already 2 minutes, and then yellow when it's 2 minutes and 30 seconds, then red when it's already 3 minutes. Each of the speaker have 30 seconds to wrap up their speech, so they will be eligible to be voted. So yeah, while you are doing your speeches or evaluating session, I will raise my hand. So please look at my screen so you will know how long you have been doing your speech or evaluation. I think that's all for me. Back to you, Toastmaster Winda.
Thank you, Toastmaster Alfat. Now we have our Ah-WoD counter, Toastmaster Rizky. Toastmaster Rizky, please explain your role. The screen is yours.
Okay, am I audible and visible to you all?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, my name is Rizky Ido and I will serve as a AWOD counter last minute replacement. So my job today is counting like this, my posts and our posts, and also all of the filler words that you accidentally said. And also not only that, maybe I will give some feedback to reduce and another filler word. That's all of my task today. So thank you very much. Back to you, Madam G.
Yes, thank you, Toastmaster Rizky. And we also have another important role, which is the grammarian. To hear more details about the role, let's hear from our grammarian, Toastmaster Andhyka. The screen is yours.
Thank you so much, Miss GE. Tonight, at the end of the meeting, I'm not gonna share a report. Rather, I'm gonna share a journal. So what will be in my journal? Actually, it's a result of me transcribing all of your saying elements on your speech that needs to be improved. So later on, you can read my journal and then it will be a learning event for you. So the Tom said, actually, there is a word of the day. So for those of you who are familiar with the word of the day, who aren't familiar, so this word of the day, you have to say it many times during your speech, whether it is a prepared speech or evaluation or even the table topics. So please make my fellow Toastmaster Rizky, busy jotting down the word of the day, transcribe. So what does it mean actually? Transcribe means to put thoughts, speech, or data into written form. And you can also put it in a sentence. For example, she transcribed the interview with Obama. So ladies and gentlemen, keep speaking and I will keep transcribing. Back to you, GE.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Andhyka. And then last but not least, I'm going to call Toastmaster Hanif to explain the role of a ballot counter. Toastmaster Hanif, the screen is yours.
Okay, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Hanif, and tonight I'm going to be your ballot counter. My job is to manage the voting. We will have 3 voting sessions tonight. The first one, after the prepared speeches, you will vote for the best prepared speaker. The second, after the table topics, you will vote for the best table topic speaker. And the last, after the evaluations, you will vote for the best evaluator. In each session, I will share the voting link in the chat box and also show a QR code on the screen. You can click the link or scan the code to vote. Please remember, each session has its own vote, so you will vote 3 times in total. At the end of the meeting, I will collect the votes and announce the winners. Thank you. Back to you, Ms. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hanif. Now we have met all of the GE team. I'm going to hand this over to Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Ellen.
Thank you, Toastmaster Winda, for introducing us to your team, and each role has a very important in tonight's meeting. And I remember that we have a task to be done this meeting, which is to be mindful and please transcribe your mood throughout the meeting using a structure that you can modify the emoji or the visual expression of your mood. Okay, so now let's moving on to our first agenda, which is the prepared speech. And for the prepared speech session, we will have the first speaker, which is Toastmaster Sonny, who will speak on his motivational strategies, and Toastmaster Sonny will be evaluated by Toastmaster Brian. So without further ado, I would like to invite Toastmaster Brian from GTC to introduce Toastmaster Sonny.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Ellen, for such a kind introduction. And hello, everyone. Happy morning. My name is Brian Hussein. Today, it's another honor for me to evaluate an excellent speaker from SCBD Toastmaster Club, none other than our VPE, Toastmaster Robert Sonny. He will be delivering a speech in a level 4 and project 1 of a pathway motivational strategies. So those who are guests today, you're gonna see a typical of a pathway speech, and he will be speaking of 5 until 7 minutes. Let me read the purpose statement of the project. So the purpose of the project is for member to practice the skills needed to motivate team members through the completions of a project. And then the purpose of the speech also is to share some aspect of the experience of the speaker in motivating team members through a completions of the project. Now, without further ado, join me to welcome Toastmaster Robert Sonny, not me. Not me, Toastmaster Robert Sonny.
Thank you, Toastmaster Brian. 2 weeks after appointed as VPE, I saw one announcement. If anyone wants to help district in hosting a district training, please let me know. Oh, wow. Of course. I didn't want to miss this opportunity. This is a good chance to bring the spotlight to my own club and me so that we can be well known more in a district level. I immediately signed up as one of the organizers for this district training, and shortly, I was appointed as the organizing chair for the district training in September. Of course, because this is a good chance to bring me to bigger spotlight, I didn't want to miss every detail of this event. I started planning out the event carefully, meticulously. I start discussing with the trainer, listen to what her aspirations, transcribe her needs carefully. And of course, I need some teams to help me in this event. I need some few role takers like timer, test speaker, and Zoom master, but not MC. Why? Because the MC should be me. Of course, I was the one who bring this opportunity. I should put myself in the biggest and brightest spotlight in this event. So I stepped up as an MC and only need another role takers. And I would like to get help, as I know that all SCBD members usually get fast in taking opportunities. So I posted an announcement and waiting for 1 day, 2 days, 1 week. No one want to help me. Shortly, 1 month after, it's my time to coordinate more detailed with the trainer. I promised her that I will bring my full team, but I didn't get it fulfilled. I didn't know it either, but it's okay. Maybe it's just the bad timing. I just brought 2 people that I already get in my team. And then again, I sat down, discussed together with the trainer, listened carefully about her aspiration, her ideas, her concept. And I sense that this event is going to be interesting and exciting as the trainer give a lot of ideas and insight. But I also realized one thing, that spotlight in this event is not me as an organizer or even the MC. The true spotlight of this event should be the trainer and the trainee. At this time, there are 2 voices in my head on whether I should keep stepping up myself as the MC. Of course, this is a huge chance for you to improve your MCing skill. This is a big event and you will get trained yourself in this. So keep taking as an MC. Well, yeah, this is good. But remember that this event is about motivating, learning your motivational skills. So maybe it's better for you to step back, help and support from behind the screen, because you will not get the best spotlight anyway. That was very conflicting choice. Which one would I take? Which one do you think I will take? First voice or second voice? Yeah, I finally took the second voice. I stepped down as MC. I let other people to fill in that spot. Surprisingly, after filling that spot, people seems proactively helping me and cooperate together so that we can make a good event, finally. Wow, this is amazing energy, only by me switching the position. Ladies and gentlemen, from this event, I learned that motivating others should start from putting aside our ego. I thought that this event was about me, but turns out the spotlight was not me. And I realized that only by putting aside my ego, I can implement all the motivational techniques that I learned in this project. So remember, if you want to motivate others, don't forget to dismantle your ego first so that you can connect with your team with your full and empty heart. Only in this way, you can motivate them better and you will be happy for them, whatever the result is. Like me, I'm happy that my team was working carefully, perfectly in their own position. And I'm happy that the event was a success, even though the spotlight of the event was not me. Back to you, Toastmaster of the meeting.
Wow. Can everyone say congratulations, Toastmaster Sonny?
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Toastmaster
Made it
Sonny.
to Toastmaster Sonny.
Congratulations, Toastmaster Sonny.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sonny, for sharing your personal experience. Really appreciate how you shared about your shift from your personal paradigm into showing your humility. That's very touching story. And can we all imagine that how speech can affect ourself, our emotion, our thinking? So each of us can also do the same like Toastmaster Sonny just did. Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Sonny, and don't forget to transcribe your feeling after Toastmaster Sonny, after hearing Toastmaster Sonny speech. Okay, next move on to our second speaker, which is Toastmaster Garda. Toastmaster Garda will be evaluated by Toastmaster Sotheareak. Hopefully, I'm pronounced your name correctly. So please help me to welcome Toastmaster Sotheareak to evaluate Toastmaster Garda.
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster of the Day. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. I am Sotheareak. I'm a member of Siem Reap Toastmaster Club from Cambodia. I'm very honored to be a personal evaluator for our second speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the best day that you joined our club tonight. Why? Because our speaker has spent a long journey of his Toastmaster journey. And ladies and gentlemen, tonight our speaker is doing a special project. The purpose of his speech project is for him to reflect on his growth during the completion of an entire path. And his speech is for him to share some aspect of his growth during the completion of a path. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish my speaker the best of luck for his speech. And for the timer, my speaker has 10 to 12 minutes. Toastmaster Garda, let me invite you. Toastmaster Garda, semicolon, semicolon, Toastmaster Garda, the screen is yours.
When I joined Toastmasters 5 years ago, I thought it would be simple. Stand up, deliver a speech, and maybe collect a ribbon or two or three. What I didn't expect was how deeply the curriculum or the pathway we call it in Toastmasters would shape my life, not as just as a communicator, but as a person. And over the years, I walked through not one, not two, not even three, but four different pathways. And this has been my fourth pathways in Toastmasters, which is the strategic relationship. And each one was a journey filled with projects, evaluations, and also countless lessons. But among all, there's only one experience that stands above the rest. An experience that changed the way I see myself and the way I see the meaning of continuing, and even when things feel like they're coming to an end. I know that in every pathway, it offers a lot of mesmerizing projects, if I would say. But in this particular path that I'm taking, well, I've been taking about this strategic relationship, I would like to emphasize, because we are coming to commence a new contest season. So I would like to share about my experience in this current path of strategic relationship, about my strategic decision of joining contest. So for the last 2 years, I have been on a hiatus from the speech contests because life was busy and also other priorities also took over. And I told myself maybe my contest days are behind me. And then it came the project that required me to take a strategic decision, one that will stretch me beyond my comfort zone. And I look at the contest season that was approaching and I thought, do I dare to return after being on hiatus for 2 years? I know that it wasn't an easy choice because after 2 years away, my doubts crept in. What if I lost the age? What if my stories no longer resonate? Or what if this comeback will turn me into another disappointment? But deep down, I know that this was more than just a contest. It was about testing myself again. And it was about building relationships, whether with my peers, my clubs, and not only that, with my own courage. So I decided to step back into the arena. I could still recall the moment of, standing backstage and the microphone was waiting, the lights hot on my face, and for a heartbeat, I considered walking away, even up to this day, letting the period close the sentence. But then again, I remembered why I was joining the club and joining the contest. It was not to win, but to grow. Not to prove that I was the best, but rather to prove I hadn't given up. And when my name was called, I walked onto the stage and it was truly exhilarating because it came back to an offline season. Unlike the last time I joined the contest, it was still online at that time. So my heart was pounding and I still vividly remembered that my voice trembled at first. And so I delivered. I noticed that it wasn't perfect. It was not flawless, but it was fully and authentically me. And as the applause filled the room, I knew that decision that I made had been right. It's not because of the trophy, but because I had rediscovered the joy of daring again. So looking back, that contest was not my most polished performance, nor it wasn't the highest maybe scoring speech if I could score myself. But it was the one that made me realize what Toastmasters is truly about, and also what this club is also emphasizing each and every one of us. It's not about the perfection, but rather the progression. And not closing a sentence with a period, but allowing us, including me, to continue even when it feels uncertain. And then something remarkable happened. That single decision, to return, carried me further than I ever imagined. I advanced beyond the club, beyond the area, thank God, thankfully, beyond the division. And finally, I stood proudly at the district stage, representing not just myself, but also my club, my peers, and also my reflective journey in Toastmasters. I faced impromptu questions for my table topic speech that tested every ounce of quick thinking that I have built over the years. And I step up on the new game. I firstly joined Pidato Bahasa, where I spoke in my own language, tapping into the power of words that carried my identity and also my culture. And to my astonishment, with graceful heart, I succeeded. Even though I didn't bring home the crown for my own club, but at least I dared to take that leap of faith. So, my fellow Toastmasters, let me ask you this. How many of you have ever paused in your journey? Maybe in contest, or maybe in your leadership career, but then you came back stronger. I noticed some of you nodded and also smiled. Because yes, my friend, that is the power of choosing to continue. And that experience was more than just a contest run. It was more of a resurrection of confidence. A reminder that even after a long pause, even after a doubt and a hiatus, the story could continue stronger than before. And this is where the symbol came across my mind that I would like to emphasize and encourage each and every one of you. The semicolon. Because a semicolon is not the end, but it is a pause, a hesitation. But ultimately, it chooses continuation. And that evening, on that contest day, when I stood trembling before the judges, I was at the edge of a period. I almost stopped, but instead, I placed a semicolon. I continued. And because I continued, I discovered strength I didn't know that I've ever had. And over these 5 years of my journey in Toastmasters and across 4 pathways, I've come to realize that every project, every evaluation, and every leadership role is essentially a semicolon in our journey. When you stumble in a speech, but then return stronger for the next time, that is semicolon. When you lose a contest, but decide to compete again, that is a semicolon. And when you feel like you're already grown enough, but you choose another pathway, another challenge, and maybe another role in your club, that is also a semicolon. Because the curriculum that we've had in Toastmasters program is not just about completing projects, but when you try to dive deeper and dig more into the core, it is about learning to pause, but with purpose. And when you finally notice that moment of pause with yourself, you choose to move forward, not with a doubtful heart, but rather with courage. Because essentially, you notice that at the end of your journey, you will face a new beginning of your journey. And that is also the moment that you may think that of all the struggles that you have encountered throughout your life, especially here in Toastmasters, completing a path might not be as easy as flipping down the hands. Just like what I've had years ago when I completed my first path, completed my second path, my third path, and then finally it took a long way. And I still remembered how many VPEs that made a contact to remind me, "Hi Garda, when are you going to deliver your speech? When are you going to complete your projects?" So and so forth. But that is also a gentle reminder that maybe after all this time, it is not about putting a period nor even an exclamation mark on your journey, but rather this. You put a semicolon on your path. And that is exactly okay. So my fellow Toastmasters, my 5 years in this program could easily be seen as 4 neat periods, like 4 pathways, 4 completions, and 4 ends. But that is not essentially the truth, because each pathway was not a full stop. Each path that you are designated to build on your journey was a semicolon, a pause that prepared me and each and every one of you for the next journey. And isn't that what life is? A series of moments where we could choose to stop, but instead we choose to continue. So tonight, as I reflect on this path of strategic relationship, I invite you to look at your own journey. When the speech falters, or when the leadership role feels too heavy, or when life outside these walls that you built makes you wonder if you should stop, remember the semicolon. Because, my friend, your story, like mine, is not over yet. It is a journey in the making. Back to you, Toastmaster, for the meeting.
Wow, let's congratulate Toastmaster Garda.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Toastmaster Garda.
Beautiful speech.
Congratulations.
Continuing your journey.
Thank you for sharing to us about the meaning of pursuing Toastmaster path and also your story of joining contests. And I like when you said that it's not about competition, but a moment of courage and connection. So, my fellow Toastmaster, please get ready, prepare your speech for the contest, and step into the contest. Because as Toastmaster Garda said, it's not about perfection, rather the progression. Now my journal page overflows with inspiration. Now let's hear from our timer report. Toastmaster Alfat, please share your report.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the meeting. So all of the prepared speech speaker are eligible to be voted because Toastmaster Sonny spends 6 minutes and 45 seconds and Toastmaster Garda spends 11 minutes and 28 seconds. And I also have transcribed my report in the chat box, so please check it. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the meeting.
Thank you for mentioning word of the day, Toastmaster Alfat. Now let's hear from our ballot counter, Toastmaster Hanif.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to cast your votes. I have just sent the link votes in the chat box, and also I would like to share my screen, the QR code for a QR code, so you can choose which one you want to choose. Please take a moment to vote. Thank you.
Okay, while we are waiting for all of the participants cast the ballot, I would like to ask our guest here about the question of the day. I see here okay, let me ask, guest Kafa, are you available to respond?
Yeah, hello.
Hello, guest Kafa. Nice to have you here. Would you mind sharing to us about how's your day?
Oh, well, okay. First of all, I'd like to thank you for asking me that. I think my day was a little bit more unproductive because I kind of wake up late at 5 and I had to go to work late. But there's something to get from it because I get to go to work with my sister and we talk quite a lot in the LRT. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for sharing, guest Kafa, or soon to be Toastmaster Kafa. Even though we think that our day is just like ordinary day or unproductive, but there might be something that impressive during that day. Okay, I would like to ask one more one more guest here, guest Givari. Hello,
Okay.
guest Givari.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you clearly. So would you want to share how's your day?
Okay. Thank you for asking me. I think my day is quite a slow one. There's not much to do at work, but actually I'm quite excited right now because a good friend of mine, Amar, told me to join this club, Toastmasters International. And this is my first time attending this club. Okay, so shout out to Amar and shout out to SCBD Toastmasters Club.
Oh, thank you, soon to be Toastmaster Givari, for sharing your day. Hopefully, we can see you on next meeting in SCBD Toastmaster. Okay, I think we still have some time here, but let me have a quick check into all of you about your mood board. Have you feel that mood board about how you're feeling throughout the meeting so far? At least you might have filled two columns from beginning of the meeting and prepare speech, right? There are still many space to fill about your mood throughout the meeting. Okay, so I think I would like to move on to our next agenda, which is a table topic session. In table topic session, it's not only for members, but guests are welcome to participate. So speak up and share your thinking, your thought, and respond to the question that will be asked by Toastmaster, table topic master. Okay, so now I would like to invite our table topic master, Toastmaster Inez.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the meeting. Let me share my screen. Oops. Can everyone see my screen now?
Yep, can see it.
All right. Happy morning, fellow Toastmaster and guests. My name is Inez. I will be your table topic master for today. And my role is to lead the spontaneous speaking session. This is part of the meeting where we get to practice thinking on our feet. All right. Why this is important? Because in the real life situation, sometimes we don't get a chance to prepare what to say. You meet your boss, you meet your colleague, and everyone. You need to speak, you need to share your thought. Here, we can also learn four communication skills, which are listening, thinking, organizing, and delivering. As Toastmaster Ellen mentioned before, because this is Toastmaster, we want to provide the speaking opportunity to maximum audience members. So this is not only for the members, but this is also guests can join, can participate for that. Please take the shot for this, because especially for guests, this is your opportunity to give the impromptu speaking. Well, this is the rules. So each speaker will receive a question based on our theme for today, which is Dear Journal. And each speaker will speak 1 to 2 minutes without preparation. Whenever we have the speaker, I will spin, after this I will show you the spinner. I will spin the question and you will answer that based on the question that you get. Don't worry, even this is without preparation, you will have time to think. The timer will start the time once you speak. Don't forget to use the word of the day at least once, which is transcribe. No right or wrong answer here. Make this as opportunity to start journaling. You can share your thought, your feeling, or imaginative story. Just make it as a journal. All right, without further ado, I will first, let's get started. First, I will choose one person. Toastmaster Donna, are you there? I cannot see.
Hello. Sorry.
All right, Toastmaster Donna. Are you ready?
It's squishy. Yes, I am. I'm sorry. It took
Let's
me a
get
minute. I'm back.
started. Dear journal, I wish I had the courage to. Toastmaster Donna, the screen is yours.
Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. As much as you think that I am the furthest thing from a scaredy cat, I look like I talk all the time, I raise my hand, I volunteer just like this. But in fact, there are so many things that I don't have a lot of courage to do. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Donna, and I know a lot of things that I tend not to share with a lot of people. Back then, I was teaching at my online school that I opened 3 years ago with my mother. And as time went on, I thought that I was still going to do this and go out and promote myself and do the thing. But in fact, I didn't. And when I was just going about my day, I was added onto a group by my friend who was doing something similar, doing this kind of stage thing with English, etc. And then they weren't, with all due respect, half as skilled. They weren't great or anything, but they went out there and did it. And I looked back and said, you know what? Why couldn't I do that? So, dear journal, I wish I had the courage to just go out there and not wait until everything is perfect. Because if I did wait until everything is perfect, until everything's up to my standards, then I'll never begin. We tend to hide behind the veils of imperfection and perfectionism. But in fact, I think we should just go ahead and do the thing. So I wish that you don't have to write to your journal that you wish you'd started earlier, like I did. So go ahead and do that thing you wanted to do before your doubts stop it. Thank you. Back to Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Donna. What a great speech. So I remember people say one day or day one. No need for you to wait until you're perfect to start. All right. So let me see. Is there anyone who wants to
Can I try?
here? Yeah.
Thank you.
Who is speaking just then?
Yusuf.
Oh, Yusuf. All right. Okay, let's get started then. Dear journal, the best advice I ignored was Toastmaster Yusuf, the screen is yours.
The best advice I ignored was when I was choosing a job, either in Australia or in Europe. At that time, I ignored choosing Australia for so many reasons. Because I wanted to travel around Europe with different kind of languages, different kind of people, and food as well. But then, after working in Switzerland for 2 years, I felt so sad because if I chose Australia, I could get a citizenship or at least a green card to live in Australia. But in Europe, after 2 years, the government said, you have to go out of the country. We wanted other people coming back here. So it was my disappointment because I ignored the choice. I had the choice. I could choose Australia at that time, but I didn't. But then I look at the positive side. If at that time I chose Australia, I would be living there and I wouldn't meet all of you here. I couldn't be speaking in the table topics in SCBD. And I couldn't meet Leonie as well, a lovely lady. That's why, even though I ignored to choose Australia, I'm now very happy living in Indonesia, my own country. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yusuf. Well, it will be very hard for me as well to choose, which country. Oh my God, it's very tough question for you back then. All right. Anyone else wants to
May I
volunteer?
try
Maybe
to
guess?
speak for the table topics questions? It's Iona here.
Is that TM Lona?
Iona.
Iona.
Yes.
Okay, sure.
Alrighty.
Let's start speaking. Dear journal, one habit I'm proud I've built is Toastmaster Iona, the screen is yours.
Back then, when I was at grade 10 of high school student, I struggle with time management. Time management is so hard for me because I have to really take time for myself to build a habit of reading a book or practicing for IELTS or SAT. But one habit I'm really proud of I built is consistency. At first, I used to start things with a lot of excitement, like exercising, reading, or even journaling. But then I'd give up for a week, a day, or maybe even a year. Over time, I realized that real progress doesn't make from big bursts of effort, but from showing up every day, even if it's just for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, or even an hour. That's why I started journaling daily. I love to journal every morning. I sit down and transcribe my thoughts onto paper, whether it's something exciting that happened or something sad that makes me a low feeling. It may sound simple, but it taught me discipline, self-reflection, and the value of small steps. So, dear journal, one habit I'm proud I've built is consistency, which helped me in areas too, like keeping up with my studies in high school and practicing public speaking, like how I take the chance to really join Toastmasters. I've learned that when you're consistent, you don't just build habits, you build character. And that's a habit I really want to continue to carry on with me in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yona. Wow, consistency is a very hard thing to do. I mean, like, people want so many things, right? Like, I want this, I want that, but to make it to do it consistently, oh gosh, it is very hard. All right, for the next one, I think I will choose one of our guests. Guest Saida, are you there? Hi, guest Saida.
I can hear my voice.
It's quite, I cannot really hear that actually. Hello?
Can you hear my voice now?
Yes, I can. Perfect, perfect. So are you ready
Okay.
to start?
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, let's begin the question. Here we go. The person I appreciate the most right now is guest Saida. The screen is yours.
Dear Jamal, the person I appreciate most is my mom. She's not just my parent, she's been my teacher, my cheerleader sometimes, and even my hero maybe. And I remember when I was a child, she would stay up late just to help me prepare to school. Even when she was exhausted, she still found the energy to listen my endless stories. As I grew older, I just realized she wasn't only giving me her time, she was giving me her strength also. From her, I learned resilience, kindness, and the importance of listening. She showed me the real life is not loud or dramatic, but consistent and patient. It's in the everyday actions like making sure I had breakfast or reminding me to never give up because sometimes when I went to school and I back to my home and get cried because of something. Yes, because of her, I understand that appreciation should never be delayed. I've become more vocal about saying thank you, sorry, and everything, and recognizing people around me, not just silently admiring them. So, dear journal, today's reminder is this: if there is someone you appreciate, tell them now. A simple word of gratitude could mean the world to them, just like my mom means the world to me. Yes. Thank you, Journal. Back to you.
Thank you, guest Shaida. Shaida. Sorry to
Yes, Shaida. You can remember Manara Shaida.
Shaida. Yeah. loving someone is one thing, feeling love is one thing, but to share, to express our love or saying thank you for whatever, how valuable they are, it is very hard. And thank you for sharing that, guest Shaida. All right, let's have the next speaker. I think just then Toastmaster Amar. Not Toastmaster, sorry. Guess Amar, you raised hand before, right?
I'm sorry, but before me, there was someone who already, yeah.
At
Is
the line.
it Elios Theophilus, I guess? Yeah.
Can you raise your hand again?
Hello.
Hi. Toastmaster Elios, is that right?
Hello. Yeah.
Okay, so I will share my screen again.
Oh, I'm so nervous. This is my first time.
Is it? Are you ready, Toastmaster Elias?
I'm shy.
Let's spin the question.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Dear journal, the happiest moment I had this month was Toastmaster Elias, the screen is yours.
Okay, before I start, am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Loud and clear.
Okay. Okay, let's start. Because I'm happy and alone. If you feel that, if you're asking me to sing a song, you can see that I'm a terrible singer. I cannot even memorize the lyrics of the song, but I feel happy. And the happiest moment in my life recently is joining back the Toastmasters meeting. I have been missing in some of Toastmasters meeting like 1 month or more than that because I focus more on my healthy. I do some exercise and I gain, oh no, not I gain, but I lost. I lost 10 kilograms in 1 month. And it is such a wonderful journey. It starts with one decision that I made that time, that I transcribed it on my journal. I need to change. I need to do something and to make my body healthy. And I started with my very first 10K steps a day. And it goes into 20K steps a day. And another milestone, 30K steps in a day. And it reached the peak. It is 40K steps a day. It's definitely one of my biggest moments ever in my life that I choose to walk. And like what I will say to Dika, you will never walk alone. In this moment, in this journey, I listen to some podcasts to recharge my energy, my mind, and also to step on that walking journey. And you will never believe it. I walk 8 hours nonstop. It starts from 3 p.m. and I ended at 11 p.m. So that's one of my happiest moments. I lost some weights, I gained some energy, and I'm here to Toastmasters meeting. Back with all of you. Thank you, Inez. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Elias. Well, welcome back to Toastmaster and congratulations. 10 kilogram is huge, man. Wow. Wow, you motivate us. Thank you for that. Let's continue to guest Amar. Do you want to to get the opportunity to speak?
Yeah, I would like to. I would be happy.
That's great.
Okay,
Thank you. Right. Are you ready?
I'm ready now.
Let's pin the. Dear journal, if I could give advice to my younger self, it would be, if I could give advice to my younger self, it would be, guess Amar, the screen is yours.
So, as we know, we as humans cannot go back in time, but we always have to move forward in time. They say time is relative, but I think time is only like a string of spaghetti. You got to move along that line, and you cannot move back. So, looking back at my younger self, I cannot speak to my younger self directly. But what I can do is that I can talk to myself, who was also that version of my younger self, and say to myself that you cannot become a person who just walks on this life and just roll on and not doing anything, perhaps like not doing anything thoughtful or successful in your life, especially if I'm a forgetful person. So, to my younger self, what I would like to say is always transcribe everything you hear or you listen to into words, and yeah, into something you can write down, so that right now you don't become a forgetful person and leave everything behind, because time is time is always ticking on, and you cannot go back to the past. So yeah, that is my word for my journal, and back to Toastmaster Inez. Thank you.
Yay, congratulations for saying the word of the day, guess Amar. And also for the previous speaker. And well, you're right. Our memory, we cannot remember everything that happened in our life, and it's better for us to start transcribe that, or write the journal about that. Thank you, guest Amar, and let me have one more speaker. Anyone wants to volunteer? Maybe from our guests? Anyone wants
Maybe I
to
would
volunteer?
like to try Toastmaster Inez.
Can you please raise your hand? I cannot see who's.
Oh,
Yes, Toastmaster Sultan.
All right,
thank you.
Toastmaster Sultan. Sorry about that. I'll share my screen again. Toastmaster Sultan, are you ready?
Of course.
Then let's pin. Dear journal, if I had one day to do anything I wanted, I would. One day to do anything I wanted, I would. Toastmaster Sultan, the screen is yours.
If one day I would have had anything. This is an interesting question, because before For me, everything resonates with a what if story. So before 27 December of 2024, before I got an incident that would change my life completely, I would tell you I have a lot of energy. I used to weightlifting after subuh prayer. So I can bring a positive vibes to my colleagues, to my friends, to do a cup hopping at Toastmaster. But after that incident, everything felt really different. I'm still have the same genuine energy to have my own personal growth, but my energy is very limited. If I would have everything, I really wanted to have a business, to learn a new languages, to be more present in more cup hopping situation, because right now I can only do my own SCBD Toastmaster. I have to adapt again, but then I learn to be a present. I'm still learning to use everything I have now in my control. And I would like to say I'm still describing my life. I'm still learning, but I'm sure I always go back to our table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sultan. I'm sorry to hear the incident, and yeah, being present is very important nowadays, especially in Jakarta. Like everything is in a fast pace, and it is also good to have something that we like to do. You mentioned have business, club hopping, and learn something. Good luck for that. I mean, hopefully you can found that. All right, I think we don't have any time anymore. So thank you for all our speaker for sharing your journal with us today. We have heard story of gratitude, dreams, courage, and laughter. That is what table topic is about. Discovering the beauty of spontaneous speaking and connecting through each other reflection. Thank you again for all our table topic speakers. That conclude our table topic session. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Table Topic Master Toastmaster Inez, for conducting a very lovely prompts for our table topic session. And by the way, Toastmaster Inez just did her project, and Toastmaster Debby has been evaluating Toastmaster Inez. So later on, in the evaluation session, Toastmaster Debby will share her evaluation for Toastmaster Inez. Wow, that's part of learning, and that could be the project. Isn't it interesting to be a member of Toastmaster? You can learn in every role you take, not only in doing the prepared speech. Okay, now I would like to hear the timer report. Toastmaster Alfat, please share your timer report.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster of the meeting. So yeah, here I am back again, and tonight we had 7 table topic speakers, and unfortunately, we have one speaker who is not eligible to be voted, and it is Toastmaster Sultan, because he spent 2 minutes and 31 seconds Just 1 second. So other than that, all of the speakers are eligible to be voted. Now back to you, Toastmaster of the meeting.
Thank you, Toastmaster Alfat. And then our ballot counter, Toastmaster Hanif, please share the link and inform to all participants.
Okay, so I would like to put the link on the chat box so you can vote who's the best table topic speaker. And that is. And also, wait a minute. Should I share screen the QR code?
No, you don't have to.
Oh, you don't have. Well, yeah, it's done.
Okay. Okay. So now I would like to capture our moment tonight, and I would like to ask all of the participants to open the camera because we will have an online photo session. Toastmaster Sultan will help me to capture this moment.
All right, everyone, wait. Let me. Okay, I have two options. Yes, give your crazy pose like Toastmaster IT or your base pose in 3, 2. Wait a minute. Okay, one more in 3, 2. All right, thank you, everyone. I see your best smile, best pose, and of course, a crazy pose too. Back to our Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Ellen.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sultan. I was waiting for number one, but everybody just smile. That's the cue. All right, so now let's move on to the next agenda, which is the evaluation session. And we will hear from many evaluator here. And I would like to call our general evaluator, Toastmaster Winda. Toastmaster Winda, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the meeting. Okay, now it's time for me to present you to the general. Thank you, Toastmaster of the meeting. Now we will have the speech evaluation that is the heart of all Toastmasters meeting, where we can learn from the insightful feedback from the evaluators. So let's hear the first evaluation report. I'm going to call Toastmaster Brian to deliver the speech evaluation report for Toastmaster Sonny. Toastmaster Brian, the screen is yours.
Thank you very much. Am I audible? All right. Dismantling your ego is a must before motivating others. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sonny, for such a great and timely reminder for all of us who become the next leader of this country and ourselves and in our office that we need to dismantle our ego before motivating others. Now, what I love from your speech are two things. First is your vocal variety and body gesture. I think they were varied, but also conveyed the emotions well. Let me show you how you did that. When you tell us about, well, guys, I sign up for the event and it should be me. It should be me. You hold your clothes and emphasize that the me should be you. And then when you count like 1 days, 2 days, you show a depressed expression. And I think you convey that really well. the impact for me as a audience was that I really enjoy your speech because this is a prepared speech. I know you already planned what kind of reactions and what kind of a vocal variety and gesture that you want to show the audience when it picks something. Well done. Now, second thing that I love from your speech is the flow of the story. If I can dissect from your speech, there will be four main flows. First is the pre-event where you interested to show off yourself. Of course, that you sign up to a district event. And then when the conflict appeared, that is when no one signed up from the SCBD Toastmaster members to be the role takers, of course. And then you go to the climax where you have this internal conflict of whether or not you want to dismantle your ego to be an MC. And lastly is the conflict resolution when you decided to step down as an MC. I think the impact of this a varied flow of the story is make me not bored because of you have this a different timeline of your story. And of course, I love the story because it is happy ending nonetheless. Now, to motivate your audience further with your speech, here's my humble suggestions. I only have one, and hopefully it can be integrated in your speech. That is about the motivation technique. I know that your purpose of the speech is a pre-motivation where someone needs to dismantle their ego before motivating others. But the project requires you to share about these motivation techniques that you use to motivate others. What I heard from your speech was that when you explain, oh, when I step down from wanting to be an MC, and then suddenly people want to sign up and become role taker. There's a gap that makes your speech sounds jumpy. So I think if next in your speech when you try to explain about an impact, that means you have to explain about the process first. So I think that would be the challenge for you to consider integrate the impact to integrate the process, step-by-step process into your speech. So I know I'm going to be over time. In summation, keep up your vocal variety and body language, and then keep up the way that you structure your speech. And lastly, remember to explain the process leading to an impact. I believe that's all. Back to you, Madam G.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Bian. That was very insightful evaluation report. Now we move on to our second evaluators. That is Toastmaster Sotheareak. The screen is yours.
Thank you, our General Evaluator. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, and welcoming guests. Let us congratulate our second speaker, Toastmaster Garda. Congratulations for your completion of this project and the completion of your pathway. Now, if I look overall to my speaker's speech performance today, he has done an incredible job. And I would put the things that I like into acronyms. There would be A, C, and I. A stands for authentic, C stands for clear, and I stands for inspiring. If we look back into his speech was very authentic. He talked about his personal stories, personal experience that is from his own experience, not talking about anyone, and that is the unique way that all amazing speakers would use, is to be authentic. Second is clear. Clear means that his speech structure was so clear and so easy to follow. If we, as an audience, listen to his speech, I'm sure that we could follow his storylines, his speech from the beginning till the end. And not just that, in the end, in conclusion, he put his quotes, and which also relates to his speech title. Remember the semicolon. Life is not over yet. And not just that, he also repeats his speech title, and that is to help the members and the audience to remember what he is talking about in a message. Well done. And the last one is that his speech was very inspiring. If I talk about my mood tonight, I was a bit tired after the gym, but after listening to his speech, I feel inspired and energetic. I feel inspired by his story, and his story not just about the project, but also aligns with the theme today, which talks about the journal and also inspire new members and guests to become the Toastmasters as well. I only have one humble suggestions, and that would be a C. That stands for camera position. Now, if I were the speaker tonight, I would put myself back a little bit so that my audience could also see my whole body gestures. Or because we sit down so that we could see half our body, so that when we speak, the audience could also see our gestures, and that would help us to engage the audience even more. But overall, it's done very well. I like that his speech was very authentic, clear, and inspiring. Only one humble suggestion is to better to put camera position and move back a little bit. Well done. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Sotheareak, for the very inspiring speech evaluation report. And then next we move on to the third evaluator, that is Toastmaster Debby, who will deliver the evaluation report for Toastmaster Inez. Toastmaster Debby, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Madam GE. Hi, good evening, everyone. Good to be back here again. So, Toastmasters Inez, as the TM, your project is active listening. So, the purpose of your project is to demonstrate your ability to listen to what others says. So, in this project, you did a very good job because you really listen to each speakers and you respond to the speaker's speech after they deliver the speech. That's very the main purpose of this project is to listen. So you did a great job. You have achieved the purpose of this project, and that's the one thing that I love from your presentation today. I also love your visualization. The way you describe this session is very wonderful, very cheerful, and very detailed information, so everyone will know what is table topic session. In each speaker, after each speaker deliver their speech, you highlight the message from the speakers. That's not an easy task, but you did very good. In every project, in every evaluation, there will be a room for improvement, a little bit suggestions. So here's what I would like to suggest to you when you conduct the table topic session. First is check the chat box who wants to deliver or raising their hand to have the chance to deliver the speech. And the second one is you are the master. That's what they call the table topic masters, and you can choose anyone who you want to speak. So you need to balance between members and a guest. So everyone had the chance to speak in the table topic sessions. And last is I want you to have more emotion when you try to give a response to each speaker. When you are amazed to for someone respond to your questions like Toastmaster ET, Ilyas, you can say, "Wow, congratulations, Toastmaster ET! 10 kilo is not an easy task." It's like that. Just put an emotion so this session will be more lively and more engaging with the audience. I think that's all my suggestion to Toastmaster Inez. Back to you, Madam G.
Okay, thank you very much, Toastmaster Debby, for your wonderful evaluation for Toastmaster Inez. And then now we will have the timer report from Toastmaster Alfat. Toastmaster Alfat, the screen is yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So we have 3 evaluators tonight, and unfortunately, Toastmaster Brian is not eligible to be voted, but the rest of them are eligible. And for the details, I already dropped the report in the chat box. Thank you. Back to you, GE.
Thank you, Toastmaster Alfat. Now we will have the time for us to the ballot case. Toastmaster Hanif, have you? Yeah, please, Toastmaster Hanif. The screen is yours.
Okay, so now it's time to vote the best evaluator. And once again, you will find the link on the chat box. I just already put the link, and please take a moment to vote who's the best evaluator for you. And back to you, Miss General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hanif. Now, everyone, you can vote for the best table topic for the best evaluator. And then now is the time for me to give the general evaluation. The first one we will hear from for the Ah-WoD content from Toastmaster Rizky. The screen is yours, Toastmaster Rizky.
Okay, am I audible and visible? Okay,
Yes.
thank you so much. Can I share my screen? Oh, apparently I can. Hi everyone, I already transcribed A and WOD content in Excel. And since my screen visible to you all, this is the report that I made, that I transcribed. So, TM Sonny, you succeed, filler words none, overuse word none. You use repeat words such as of course, and you mention the odd one. And Toastmaster Garda, you only overuse words but and repeated word because, and we thought we already mentioned. So for the evaluator, Toastmaster Brian, the filler word are he say 2 times one, and overuse words such as and one, so one, and also TM Sotheareak, if I pronounce it right. You don't have filler words, overuse words. Toastmaster Debby has 1 filler word, which is ah. Guess kafah none. Guess kifai 3 filler words, which is ah. And for the table topic speakers, Toastmaster Donas say filler words such as 3 times and n 2 times. Distinguished Toastmaster Yusuf often use words but no filler words. The M Yona filler words 1. Guest Saida none. Congratulations. The M Elios often use words and one times, same as guest Amar 1. Roll taker Toastmaster Ellen 2 times, and you said repeated words such as one more. And Toastmaster Andhyka, you know. Toastmaster Winda 3 times junior evaluator. Toastmaster Alfat none. Toastmaster Hanif none. Toastmaster Inez no filler words, no overused words, and she have repeated words such as we want and this. And the Rizky, I think I don't include my report. I'm sorry. So overall, all of the speakers and participants and succeed in delivering what they must deliver. What I want to suggest is that filler words can accidentally reset it, and usually the cause of it is that we run out of breath. So for to reduce the filler words, we can breathe and determine how long we are able to say sentence. And the example of this is that we can see DTM Yusuf or Toastmaster Sonny. They have excellent breathing control, and we can learn from both of them how to determine how long we can say our sentence in one breath. We can measure it by saying saying in front of a mirror and took the time, so we can measure how long and how many sentences that we can say in, for example, in 10 seconds or in 20 seconds, depending on your need. So that's all of my report. I hope my report is useful to you guys. Thanks. And back to the G. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rizky, for the report. Okay, now we move on to the Grammarian journal, not Grammarian report. Just like Toastmaster Andhyka said that. Okay, the screen is yours, Toastmaster Andhyka.
Thank you, Madam GE. As promised, I will share you my Grammarian journal. So I've been keeping transcribing what you're saying during the speech. And if you can see here, maybe it's not readable for you, but I will reveal the secret. First of all, I'm gonna go to the section oops or awesome. So one speaker said, make your speech sounds jumpy. So if we want to make it awesome, then we can just eliminate the S at the sound. So make your speech sound jumpy. And another speaker said, make a good event. In Indonesian, actually, it makes sense. However, if we want to make a regular English, then we could alternate the make into organize or arrange. So we can say organize or arrange a good event. Another one, a speaker said, will be evaluate. Since this is passive sentence, it can be will be evaluated, or we can change it into an active sentence. Someone will evaluate someone. Now, let's look at the common slip-ups, especially in SCBD. Some people like to say SCBD. Maybe it sounds cuter in Indonesian. However, in English, you will say that SCBD. Or if you want to stay with Indonesian pronunciation, you can SCBD. So it's up to you, but please be consistent. And then another one, someone refers to a person who is a member of Toastmasters International. Actually, he or she is not a Toastmasters. He or she is a Toastmaster. So please keep that in mind. And then someone said arena. So if you want to say that, actually we can pronounce it arena. I have checked the dictionary, both American and British pronunciation, actually it's arena. And another one said case a vote. So for those of you who want to say that, especially if you want to work in KPU, then you can say they cast a vote or cause a vote. It depends on the pronunciation or accent that you want to take. There are some notable words that I think it's really relatable and also we can apply it in life. The first one came from Toastmaster Garda, progress over perfection. That is great. And then Toastmaster Iona said, progress comes from showing up every day, no matter how small it is. The next one, my friend Toastmaster Theo, he said, you'll never walk alone. So everyone, if you are in Toastmaster, you will never walk alone in delivering speech, evaluating, or taking roles. And then also guest Amar, he said beautiful words, transcribe your life journey because it can never go back. I hope my journal is helpful for you and I would like to close it with some message. You can never be 100% fluent, so speak with flair and keep it moving. You can never be 100% bold, so join Toastmasters and break the mold. You can never be 100% complete, so renew your membership and never retreat. Back to you, GE.
Thank you, Toastmaster Andhyka, for the insightful journal. Okay, for the next agenda, wow, it will be from me for the general evaluation. If I were to have this evaluation related to the theme, Dear Journal, so I would like to begin my evaluation with Dear Journal. Today, I had the privilege to serve as the general evaluator of our meeting. Just like when we open a journal, we see different entries from different days. Today's meeting gave us many meaningful entries from our role takers, prepared speakers, and also our evaluators. Now it's the time for me to present you to the general evaluation of this meeting. The purpose of this evaluation is to help us learn from today's meeting and make our future meetings even better. And then for that, I already transcribed the good things and the things that need to be improved. Wait a minute, let me share my screen. Okay. Three good things from the meeting. The first one is the meeting started on time. So it shows the discipline and also it follows agenda closely. So we can know what's the next agenda. And then the second one, the role takers ready and carried out their duties efficiently. Start from the Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Ellen. You did very well, and you also had a time to make us made some journal entries in the beginning. And also for the other role takers, Toastmaster Hanif for the bailout counter, also Toastmaster Fath for the time report, and also Toastmaster Andhyka for the Grammarian journal, and also Toastmaster Inez for the table topic speaker that is related with our theme. And then next for the speakers, I cannot say anything, but I was very inspired by your speech, just like Toastmaster Sonny. Motivating others, it means putting aside our ego. And also from Toastmaster Garda, it's not about perfection, but about progression. So I was very inspired by the speakers. And I hope all of our fellow Toastmasters and also guests were also inspired. And from the evaluation session, I also learned a lot from the three evaluators. The three evaluators, Toastmaster Brian, Toastmaster Sotheareak, and also Toastmaster Debby. The evaluation report were very insightful. And the next one is the theme, Dear Journal, was well chosen and carried out throughout the meeting. It's just like a reflection of our personal stories. All in all, this is the good things from the meeting. The next one is one thing that can be improved from this meeting. The audience engagement could be increased. Maybe after each speaker or after each table topic speaker, maybe we can give some applause or maybe a quick response, so to make them more engaged. That's the report. Okay, and then next. So if I were to write today's meeting in my own journal, I would say it was well organized, inspiring, and also personal. Congratulations to everyone for making this session memorable. All in all, you are all amazing. I learned a lot and hope all of you also learned a lot from this meeting. Last but not least, if my team and I made any mistake, please know it's all part of our learning journey. And with that, dear journal, this is the end of today's entry. That's all from my evaluation. Thank you very much. Next, I'd like to give the control to our ballot counter, Toastmaster Hanif, to announce the Hall of Fame. Toastmaster Hanif, the screen is yours.
Okay, thank you, Miss General Evaluator. And thank you everyone for voting. Now the moment we have been waiting for, the announcements of tonight's winners. So first, I would like to share my screen first. Is that audible? Visible?
Ooh, yes.
So we start for the best prepared speakers. The award goes to Toastmaster Garda with his title Semicolon. Congratulations, Toastmaster Garda.
Congratulations. Wait,
Congratulations.
Toastmaster Garda. Okay, Toastmaster Garda, please give us your base pose in 3, 2, 1. Yes, the smile of the winner. Back to our belt counter.
Okay, and now we move on to the best table topic speaker. The winner is Toastmaster Donna. Congratulations, Toastmaster Donna.
Congratulations. Oh, Toastmaster Donna already left, or maybe you can, on behalf of our belt counter, please, Toastmaster Hanif, give your best pose.
Oh, okay.
Okay. In 3, 2, 1. Okay. Thank you, belt counter.
And the last but not least, the best evaluator. The best evaluator was Toastmaster Sotheareak. Congratulations, Toastmaster Sotheareak.
Congratulations, Toastmaster. So, Rick, alright, please give us your best pose. Oh my God. Okay, in 3, 2, 1. Okay, 2 thumbs from our winner. Back to our
Okay, congratulations to all the winners and also to everyone who spoke tonight. It's such a great meeting, and that's all my job as ballot counter for tonight. And back to you, to Miss General Evaluator. Or what?
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Hanif,
Oh.
the Hall of Fame. Now we are at the end of our session. And to close the meeting, as I mentioned earlier, I would like to hear from volunteer about your feeling after transcribing the mood board. Anyone would like to share? May I ask our dear guest, Dinda? Is it possible for you to speak? Okay, how about guest Gifari? Are you available to speak? Guest Gifari? Okay, I cannot hear from both guest Dinda or guest Gifari. Now, I would like to ask maybe Toastmaster Dede. Halo, Toastmaster Dede.
Halo, Toastmaster Ellen.
Toastmaster Dede, would you want to share about your mood board journey throughout the meeting?
Oh, well, actually, I joined the meeting in the middle of the session since I just come back from my office. And when I saw a lot of the people share her journey in the journaling as the feeling of today and also experience about their activity. And I believe today is one of the beautiful day because in the Friday night when a lot of the people spend the time for hang out with the friends, I know it's a good thing, but sometimes we want to build the growth in the public speaking in the SCBD Toastmaster. It's a best place to hang out in the Friday night before the long weekend. It's wonderful, Toastmaster Ellen, to join this session with the journaling, so the reflect of the what we feel in emotion.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dede, for sharing that. Well, that's how the journaling works. It helps we as an individual to express our thought, emotion personally. And to close my session before I'm over it to the SAA, I would like to close by sharing about Dear Journal. This has made my day. Thank you. Back to SAA.
All right. Thank you so much, fellow SCBD Toastmaster, visiting Toastmaster, and guests. What a meeting! And I would like to call our visiting Toastmaster Henry Jaya from Jabat. Are you still with us?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Maybe just a short answer. How's your day today, and what's your impression of today's meeting? And any feedbacks from Toastmaster Henry?
No, well, as General Evaluator said, we need more engagement. And for myself, it's great. And I love to join again, of course, especially for Mr. Andhyka with all the grammarian and the information. I think I like that very much enlightenment from it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Henry Jaya. And now I would like to give the control back to our Madam President, Toastmaster Leonie.
Thank you, Mr. PPO. And today we have an honor to have our area director of J4 coming to our club. And we would like to have Toastmaster Debby to the screen to say something, to give a comment about this meeting. Toastmaster Debby, the screen is yours. Oh, I see. I guess Toastmaster Debby isn't available yet. So I would like to just give my closing remarks. Okay. So thank you so much for all the amazing members of SCBD Toastmasters Club. You have come and visited, and also for those of you who are visiting Toastmasters as well, thank you for coming. And of course, to our lovely guests, thank you so much for coming to this meeting. Hope you could all come again to our next meeting. And yeah, for announcement, we have an educational achievement. Toastmaster Andhyka, Presentation Master Level 1. Toastmaster Winda, Dynamic Leadership Level 1. And also Toastmaster Sonny, Motivational Strategies Level 3. We also have first-time role takers or speakers for today. Toastmaster Winda as our GE, Toastmaster Inez, our table topics master, Toastmaster Hanif as our ballot counter, Toastmaster Flo, welcoming ambassador, and Toastmaster Malik as our Zoom master today. Thank you so much for your dedication. And I would like to inform you that our next meeting will be hybrid. It is Friday, September 26th. And the theme will be Life is Like a Game. It will be hybrid, conducted on-site at Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education or Perpustakaan Kementerian Pendidikan Dasar dan Menengah at Jalan Jenderal Sudirman, Senayan, and also online at Zoom. So make sure that all of you come to our club meeting next week. Now, if you want to know more about our club, SCBD Toastmasters Club, feel free to contact our Vice President of Membership because we are opening our registration for the month of October. And all right, so I think that is all for me. And thank you so much, all of you. If I could transcribe today's meeting, it would be a lovely notes in my journal. So thank you for being part of it. And with the power vested in me, I would like to officially adjourn this meeting by saying happy morning.
Happy morning.
Happy morning.
Happy morning.
Happy morning.